We're watching one of our R44 students about to accomplish his first solo. He's done all the usual, all the exercises up to and including 14C, air-law exam, medical, all the other requirements that satisfied us throughout all of the sort of malfunction emergency procedure that he can reach a satisfactory standard so it's a safe outcome should anything go wrong. Not that we expect to, of course. We've then on the, we've had a couple of, I think we had a sorting beforehand of circuits and again emergencies, and then on this particular sort we haven't just gone out there, we've gone around the circuit a few times and done some takeoffs and lands and found a really good spot for him to actually do this first lift from and to go back to, and you'll see when he returns there's some marks on the grass, so it's got a nice aiming point where he can land. So he's just having a chat with the tower because it's a new flight, even though we haven't shut down, of course it's a changing captain. Just spoken to them. He's seeing me off in the distance, standing in front, just to, if nothing else, encourage him to make sure he's looking outside ahead. You see him there, they're just testing, just finding what that helicopter's going to feel like without instructor on board. Much lighter, slightly more nose-up attitude. Doesn't hang quite, so left skid low, which is a good thing because we've got out. But that's really nice. Smooth, safe, lift. Nice and steady in the hover already, that's great. Just sort of holding in there just for a moment. Have a look round. I said to him, don't worry about doing an actual proper full-blown clearing turn because I'll look behind you. I've got a radio in my hand as well, if necessary. He's having a good look anyway, just good practice. We've done a few mock solos, just warning him and just showing him that, you know, it'll accelerate quicker, it'll climb away quicker. So on the climb out, don't just pull straight up to maximum continuous power, but you'll get a rate of climb of potentially up to 1500 feet per minute before you know it, you're busting the circuit height. And that'll also produce a slightly more nose-up attitude if you're not careful as a horizontal stabiliser. So it's just using the necessary power to achieve the rate of climb you wish to achieve, which is what he's got there, pretty standard for us. So looking good, looks nice and relaxed. Good, look around, just make sure there's no other traffic around. Airborne traffic, of course. And the Elstree helicopter circuit is a bit of a funny shape, it's like a squash glove half. So he's on crosswind at the moment, but it doesn't last very long. It turns into a bit of a sweeping turn into downwind to try to avoid all the local villages and nice sensitive areas. Perfect position there, heading downwind now. So we're looking to perform this free-dat check. Just at this point, Blnd did say he lost a little bit of airspeed, nothing excessive there. You just see him put the nose down to regain some lost airspeed. So it's good they recognise that and corrected it. Downwind call, just to let them know, of course he's downwind. And he's the only helicopter traffic in the circuit pattern at the moment. Just getting towards the end of downwind. We usually teach our students, solo students, to just begin the descent before they turn to make sure the helicopter is actually coming down. It's otherwise they can be a little bit reluctant to descend, especially if you just at that moment catch a bit of a thermal. So you'll need a little bit less manifold air pressure than what you might consider normal, just to encourage you to begin that descent, so you don't end up on a high final. We don't really want to happen. That will lead to probably a go around, especially on a light wind day. That looks good, angle looks nice. So I'm just doing a call there and say don't know is on final for the north side grass. And that's just to remind everybody that we're not trying to go to the runway, we're going to the grass to the north of the runway. That's the usual route back into the airfield. Over the new tarmac road for the new hangar. There's still a little bit of Harris fencing left. You can see it just down there on the bottom left of the screen. But that will eventually all go. Where he started from was a bit further up the airfield on the right. So what I've asked him to do is to make an approach to the sort of this end of the airfield, turn it into a hot taxi. Because the wind was light and variable, so there's no guarantee you'll be perfectly into wind on that last bit of the final approach, so just maintain a little bit of forward airspeed or forward movement. Just ensures if the wind decides to change its angle, it won't catch a cloud. Look really good. Just off the taxi back. Just about see me in the middle of the screen now. And those yellow marks there, just where the heat from the engine when we land just sort of singes the grass a little bit, leaves those marks. That was very handy because one of those is the one he wants to land on. Just about see the skid marks filling up there, just go disappearing off the screen. We've been doing quite a lot of practice. Just reposition, just moving slightly. I tend to get everybody just to hover there for a moment, just to stabilise. Just make sure they're looking out relaxed. Gently down we go. Helicopters often just start to walk just a little bit to get really close to the ground, so the ground cushion develops quite strong and just starts to slip out from under the disc in various places. It's nicely controlled. Very nice soft landing. Hey! Well done. And you can see his cheeks bulging, he's got a big smile on his face now. Congratulations. Mission accomplished. Hang on.
Hey!
Yay! Yay!
I do it!